Hi friends, in this video I'm going to talk to you about the power of language. With words, you can change your beliefs. When you say it, you will believe it. Now, beliefs influence behaviors, we know that. But what influences beliefs? How can we change our beliefs? Language is one powerful way to change our beliefs. My name is Avinash Ananda. I've been teaching leadership and happiness for over 30 years in 15 countries to over 500,000 people face to face. And I'd like to share with you what I've learned about the power of language to influence beliefs, to influence behaviors, to influence our quality of life. Let's begin.
Didn't even get to cross.
Hi friends, in this video I'd like to share with you how language can affect our beliefs. The title of this video is If You Say It, You Will Believe It. And this is something I learned when I was invited to train for a company in the US. See, I've been teaching for many years and I've been called different titles. Some people call me efficiency expert. Lately I've been called leadership and happiness guru. Some people call me a change or transformation catalyst, all kinds of names. So essentially, what I do is I help people solve their problems and I help people achieve their goals. So one of the titles that stuck with me is crisis counselor, because people come to me when the relationship is broken down and they want to make a breakthrough instead of breakdown. People come to me when they have business crisis or situations and they want to come out of it. The parents send their children to me if they want them to get off some addiction, or even the parents come to me if they have some issues. So I solve problems in that sense. Some of the kind of problems that I solve are also business problems. So I have many corporate clients. So this one company came to me with a problem. They invited me over, and the problem that they had was that their sales was down. Now, this was a company, it was a huge company, but this is one of the divisions of the company, which had a very high revenue, very high turnover, and very high ticket products that they had. They were selling solutions. But the number of salespeople was only 10. So it was 10 people, but with very high value products. And their sales were very low. And they called me in. So I was there like a doctor. I do a diagnosis first. I don't come there and just give my advice without studying the issue initially. So I studied the entire company. I interviewed the people, I looked at their products, I looked at the market, I looked at the market potential, I looked at it from business perspective, from behavioral perspective, all perspectives, and I came up with a 10-step plan that I wanted each of their 10 salespeople to do, and I gave them this plan. Now, this plan had 10 steps in it. The 10 steps included that you need to have better product knowledge, you need to check out the market, have better market intelligence, which means you need to know what the competition is doing. You need to meet more prospects every day, because your sales will be a ratio or a percentage of the number of people who you meet. So automatically improve your skills of selling and you meet more people, so your sales will go up. So I had several of these very practical points. The 10th point was from a psychological perspective, because I know the way the subconscious mind works. See, the subconscious mind generates repetitive or habitual thoughts. It is said that our thoughts are 90%, 95% repetitive. Research suggests that. And 80% of our thoughts are negative. So it's very important to change our beliefs and to change our thoughts. And the way to change our thoughts, which I had learned, was to use language. So what I told them to do was the 10th point. You remember I told you 10 points? The 10th point was look at yourself in the mirror. I told each of the salespeople, look at yourself every morning and every night, because morning time and night time, these are the time when the subconscious mind is most suggestible, most amenable or open to receiving suggestion. See, in the morning when you get up and you're not completely awake, the conscious mind hasn't kicked in yet. At that time, what you tell yourself goes in deeper. Also at night when you're about to go to sleep, that's why we say don't listen to anything negative. When at night you're about to go to sleep, don't sleep with the TV switched on, for example, because a lot of negative stuff comes over there. Make sure that you are positive in the night and positive in the morning. So what I gave them as an exercise, the 10th point was, look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I am the best salesman in the world. I'm the best salesman in the world. Tell yourself with feeling. Don't let it only be an affirmation. Let it be an incantation. Let it be with emotion. Let it be with feeling. And tell yourself as if you really believe it. I'm the best salesman in the world. I'm the best salesman in the world. Tell yourself 10 times every morning when you wake up, and 10 times every night before you go to bed. This was one of the 10 things that I gave each of the salespeople to do as homework. I went away. I gave this homework to each of those 10 salespeople, but I like to check because I know people don't usually do what you tell them to do. People don't always do what you expect, but people generally tend to do what you inspect. This is a quality control rule. So I came back after 2 weeks and I checked with them. I wanted to know if the guys had done their homework. So all of them said yes, or 9 of them said yes. The 10th guy, he didn't do his homework. Okay. So I said, man, you didn't do your homework. How are your sales? So I checked. 9 of them, their sales had gone up. But this 10th guy, his sales had gone down. I said, man, see, there is a direct correlation to doing your homework and your performance level. Now this guy's name was Joe. So I went to him. I said, Joe, come on, man. Why you didn't do your homework? He said, listen, I did all the 9 things you told me. This 10th thing I could not do. I said, what is the 10th thing? I'm the best salesman in the world. I'm the best salesman. I said, why you could not do it? He said, listen, man, I cannot look at myself every night before I go to sleep and every morning when I wake up and tell myself lies 10 times. I'm the best salesman. I know I'm not the best salesman. How can I lie to myself? So I said, fair enough. I said, Joe, listen. Have you ever told any little white lies anytime? White lies which don't hurt people? He said, yeah, I told. He said, so consider this a white lie you're telling yourself. He said, well, he didn't look very convinced. So I said, listen, if you go to a doctor and the doctor tells you, take these pills, would you say, I will take this, I will not take that? Are you going to be selective? No. Why? Because the doctor is telling you, you do it. If you call an expert and the expert tells you do something, you do it, man. If it doesn't work, remove that expert. Get somebody else next time. But if you're calling a professional, listen to the professional. What's the point calling a professional and then doing what you want to do? How is that going to work? You say, okay, that makes sense. I said, just do it. Don't use your mind. It is your mind that in some way created your situation. Einstein said that at some level we create the situation in which we are, so we can never solve from the situation or any crisis from the same level in which we are experiencing it. So you need some intervention from outside. So I'm giving you this intervention. I'm telling you, do it, just do it. So he said, okay. So I went away, came back after 2 weeks. Now this guy, Joe, his sales was top of the line, man. He was the highest seller in the entire company amongst all these 10 people. So I went to him, I told him, Joe, how did you do it? Joe got up, looked at me straight in the eye. He said, what do you mean, how did I do it? I'm the best salesman in the world, he tells me. Right? So he's told this to himself so many times that he believes it. Sometimes when we tell ourselves something, that becomes our reality. So one way to change our belief is to change what we say. So if somebody asks you, how are you? Say, I'm fantastic. After a while, you will see for yourself that you start feeling fantastic. You have to say this to yourself, and by saying it, you can literally create your own reality. So please be positive. Make sure that what you say is positive. Make sure that what you say to yourself is precise. And make sure that what you say is purposeful. Purposeful meaning it takes you to where you must say what you want to happen. So, for example, somebody tells you, how are things going to go? Say, I'm sure it will go fantastic. So say what you want. Focus on what you want. If you focus on what you don't want, your mind tends to go there. And you tend to create those results. So it's like cognitive behavioral therapy. It's about how you work on your mind, your thoughts to change your behavior. Here you can work on your speech to change your behavior, to change your thoughts, to change your experiences in life. Keep your speech positive, keep it purposeful, and keep it precise. Don't be casual, because casual is accident. Accident lands up in casualty. So let's lead our life with purposeful intention, and let's lead a positive life with positive language. Thank you very much.